All right, welcome to the Catching Up podcast. It's been a while. I kind of
And
forgotten.
then some.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've set this up right. I have checked. I've got audio for me, audio for you guys. Got the pictures. I've hit start record. Got the virtual camera working.
You've still forgotten Emily from the intro though.
Uh,
Yeah, I
Just
know.
yeah. It's been a whole year and still,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, go on, get the excuses in, mate.
Oh, mate, there aren't excuses. It's just, yeah, shit
Nick,
friend.
Nick just secretly hates me. It's all fine.
Is it secret?
Yeah, it's not a secret anymore. I'll do a whole podcast about it. Um, yeah, welcome to the Catching Up podcast. We are going to do a crazy quick one today. Just go through some thoughts ahead of Euros because things are starting to settle down for us. I think we've all been a bit busy, a little bit busy. Hence, there are only three of us and not all four of us here today, and recording it like I don't know, 24 hours before the kickoff, the starting ceremony.
Less.
Yeah.
Well.
We are so organized.
hmm
Yeah. It's just life gets in the way, doesn't it? Like we were going to record and then it was just like, oh, I'm going to go to a wedding. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Anyway,
I didn't even know we were recording today, so that's how
that's
in the
how
know I am.
organized it is. In fact, the plan wasn't to record today. It was just to turn up and chat, and then it was like, should we talk about some dodgeball stuff? Yeah, why not?
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not? Yeah, so for those who are new listening to us, or have forgotten who we were in 12 months because they've been hit in the head by too many dodgeballs, I'm Nick. I play for Leeds Dodge. There it is. In England. I am impartial. I like to think I'm impartial anyway, to all nations, and will support anything and everything dodgeball, and especially when it comes to developing the sport and growing it. Hence, I'm here talking shit about dodgeball because.
And you love Women's League One. You can't forget that.
Yeah, but I mean, no one else will know what that is because this is the international version of the podcast. Yeah. Anyway, that's me. Emily.
Yeah. So I'm Emily. I mean, at the moment, I'm not currently playing, but I've been coaching with England foam this year, so I'm fairly not impartial in terms of foam. And we're definitely going to win everything. It's going to be great. Yeah, but I'm impartial about cloth. I'm not involved in it.
Impartial about cloth. The group chat would say otherwise. My name's Colm. I'm semi-retired at this point with the amount of injuries I've had over the past 2 years. I've formerly of Manchester Bees for 7 years, and University of Manchester Muds a couple of years before that. Previously played for Ireland. I think the last time was back in 2018. I think it was. Might have been. So it's long time ago, basically. And I've mostly played cloth, but I've also played a bit of foam for Manchester Bees in the UK Foam League.
Cool. Right, that's us. Let's get on to talking dodgeball. I mean, is there anything else to like highlight? I mean, I feel like I should say, Colm, like this is your home nation's Euros. Is there anything you wanna say about it, or should we just go into talking shit about men?
I will be there. No, it's great. You know what? Like, it's great to see. They've been getting some like really good coverage around some local newspapers. They made Irish National TV as well. They've done a segment on a big like I don't know if whether it's called news show or like lifestyle show, whatever kind of category you want to put it in. But it's great to see it's some coverage. I really hope that they can take that momentum to get a few more clubs set up. Because I think that's just the toughest first step in growing the sport, isn't it? It's just being able to get some clubs in and around some of the big counties. So I know there's a few that have opened up recently where former players around Dublin especially have kind of moved further out and have set up their own clubs and stuff. So hopefully stuff like that continues, and yeah, just build some momentum. So it's exciting to see where it can grow.
Oh yeah. And the next Euros is going to be in Spain. Is that confirmed?
Yes, yes.
I feel like I've heard and seen it enough elsewhere that it must be legit now, right?
It was on the EDF website whenever I last
Cool.
checked.
If not, I'll edit this out. Sorry. I say that I'm not editing out. It's definitely going to be there. Cool. Right, let's get on to dodgeball. Of which men's cloth pools? Look, gonna be frank. None of us have done much preparation. We haven't done much research into this. We're going off vibes here. So I'll cover off my bit, which is the very simple. Woo! We've got 2 new teams joining. Go
Yay.
growing the sport. With
The
Slovakia.
classic Nick intro.
Yeah, exactly. Slovakia, Luxembourg. Well, I say 2, technically 3, because Portugal were only at Worlds. Did they even go to Worlds? I can't even remember.
I genuinely can't think off the top of my. I feel like they did.
And they were at Wex
You're like-
as well, right?
Yes, they were definitely at the regionals. We've definitely seen them before in some degree of competition.
Either
I'm pretty
way.
sure they did. I feel like I remember talking about Cardoso on one of the podcasts
Yeah,
we've
that we've
talked-
done.
we've
So
talked about
I
it,
think I
Yeah.
think we did. I think
Cool,
we
okay.
did.
I'm not counting Portugal as new then, although it's their first Euros, that's for sure. And then
Go on,
Slovakia and
we'll give you it.
Luxembourg. There you go. Slovakia and Luxembourg as well joining. But yeah, that's my bit.
Right, so on to the next one, or
Yeah, I know. Nah, it's
you're the one that said you had your predictions and everything.
I do have predictions, to be fair. But that's only because I've sort of like looked at the groups and gone, based on Worlds, what would I think? And you know, if what I've heard about people leaving or not playing, or people joining, or makeup of teams is to be believed. What are my thoughts on that? But I mean, I think they're fairly even groups. I think Pool B is, if you're going to have a pool of death, I think Paul Luxembourg have been right thrown in there. But otherwise, yeah, I think it's going to be a really fun set of pool games for a lot of people. And then yeah, obviously Saturday, Sunday, where the real fun happens, when people are starting to like really fight it out for close matches and see where they can finish up.
Right. Shall I take it? I'm gonna go for literally, this is absolute no research, just feeling it. Pool A,
Nice.
I'm gonna go for Italy top.
Right.
Then Czechia.
Nice.
Then Ireland. Then Denmark. And then Slovakia.
Oh, you're doing all 5.
Oh, you're doing all 5. I did not do that 5. That's ballsy, that is.
I love it.
Back to the drawing board for me. Jeez.
That's when you know it's 5s. That's when you know it's 5s.
That is 5.
That's a spanner in the works.
I've actually gone. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, and this is gonna be my, hot take. So if that person who does ice cold takes on Twitter is still kicking about and listens to our podcast, because they definitely do. I've got Czechia winning the group, and I've got Denmark coming second.
Ooh,
And my
spicy on that one.
reasoning for that is Denmark, if I remember, drew or beat Czechia in Worlds. I can't remember. They were 1 win off, like, qualifying for quarters, and Will's gonna hate me for this. They bottled it. They absolutely bottled it. At half time, they were like 1 set down and just needed to see it out, or like they were very close to winning it anyway. Or they had like a really good chance, and my God, their heads just absolutely went. I think there was like a slight minor issue about like a ball retriever error, or like a ball like an invalid, something really minor. But when it's in a game that close, and it's your first opportunity as a nation to get into the quarters, and it's your first ever world showing, I can see why their heads went. They had the ability to do it. I think if there's a group that they're eyeing up to get out, they must be absolutely buzzing that they've been given this group. And I think Denmark can do it, and Czechia have just been getting better and better each year. So I back them. So Czechia and Denmark 1 and 2, Italy 3, Ireland 4, Slovakia 5.
Interesting. Very interesting. I think it's a really tight group. I genuinely wouldn't be shocked if there's like a merry-go-round between the top four of wins. I don't know. You've kind of you've thrown a spanner in the works, but with the whole Czechia versus Denmark discussion, I don't remember that in the slightest.
I'm gonna go quickly
Who
Google.
said-
Go. While I discuss my thing, you go back that up, Nick. Off of vibes, I'd go Italy, Ireland, Czechia, Denmark, Slovakia. That's the way I would go for it.
Yeah, me and Colm actually going for vibes. Nick
Literally,
saying
I've nothing else to go.
Nick saying he's done no research, immediately turns up with research, putting
Oh, wow,
the
research being-
I found the fixtures from 2023. With
Research,
3 minutes to go, there was a throw that bottled it for them.
research being, I went to Worlds last year. That's it.
I
fun
mean,
fact-
so did
That's
I.
too much. That's too much research for my liking.
So the app that has
Very
all the
long time
results
ago.
on from Worlds is doesn't exist anymore. It's just giving a 404 error request. So
Well, I imagine
Oh.
they didn't want to keep paying for it, to be honest.
probably very valid because they didn't use they didn't use Tornify this time. I don't think.
No, they didn't.
No, because it was the really cool live score thing that they
Yeah.
were doing. So like all the referees had to update it, which is actually extremely handy whenever you don't
Really
want to
handy.
watch
I
like
just
10
really
quotes at the
wish
same time.
they'd like
They
published
kept it, yeah.
all the results. Which I'm
I
sure they
imagine
can
they're
get
recorded
hold of.
somewhere.
I
Yeah,
bet you
but-
Max has a copy somewhere. I bet Max has. But that or Will's going to be like
I might
so
get lost in
happy.
transit.
Like Max is going to be so happy somewhere that like Will, sorry, is going to be so happy that result doesn't exist anymore.
According to the Catching Out chat that I've just searched the word Denmark in, it was Denmark-Hungary.
Hungary. There we go.
Oh, Nick
Yeah.
bottled it. Nick bottled
I got it
this
wrong
time.
then. Absolutely awful.
Yeah,
What a
yeah,
shock.
16-10 it was, and then yeah, and then they lost.
Thank God
Yeah,
for Nick's
fair
text messages.
Well,
during,
that was the one that they bottled.
during
But
Euros.
didn't they?
Yes.
They must have beaten someone else earlier. I can't remember who that was in the group.
Yeah.
But, who knows? Yeah. Group B. Go on, Colin. Bring your vibes to Group B and what they need to do.
Oh God. I think it'll be the order that it's currently in: NI, France, Wales, Hungary, Luxembourg.
I agree.
I don't. I think Wales will beat France.
Oh, such a kiss up.
I don't. I
Who's your friend that you're trying to impress?
literally no one. I just think Wales have been on an upward trend. French
That's
men at Euros last year, they turned up with a team that was last year 2023. God, it's so long ago. I didn't really watch them at Worlds, but in Euros 2023 they finished fourth. I think they got into the semis, didn't they?
That sounds right.
And they ended up playing England again because they were in the same group as England, and there was fun stuff about what happened there. But yeah, it was quite cool to like see that team.
Oh
it
no,
was
that was
very...
Spain you're thinking of?
That's mixed. Mixed was Spain third.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, my bad.
I think in the men's they came third, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, you're right. I mixed up. My bad.
So yeah, it seemed like quite a different team from the year like the Drakten Euros, but they gelled really well. They were just kind of like a bit all over the place, and it worked. They had very different skill sets as players, and they kind of balanced each other out. But I think individual skill, like individual decision making wise, they were a bit like, yeah, a bit random, to be honest. Which I think why they got through relatively well until they faced England or Northern Ireland again and then got pummeled. So I'm thinking other teams have got better and probably like have already got that sort of like core team that they're working on, and Wales especially, and have just like improved on that. Whereas I don't know where France's strength was their chaos in that situation. Whereas I don't know if they've grown on from that or not, because I haven't seen them. So yes, I don't go to international opens. Sorry, guys. I wish I did, but yeah.
He would if he could.
Zoe bet like Zoe's like in the corner, like listening to this on the flight tomorrow, being like, "What the fuck are these guys talking about?" Like, like I've been to this one. I've gone to this one. I've seen all the goss. Like they should. Oh, never mind. We love you, Zoe. Yeah, so that's my thought. But and I don't know where Hungary will be, because Hungary have always been getting better as well. But I think Colm, and Emily, we've heard about movings around of what the Hungary team is from last time. So I don't know what the situation is with who's playing and if they're the same Hungary as Worlds. So yeah, we'll find out. Like poor Luxembourg are just bring a lot of alcohol. To be fair,
I don't think there is a group that they could go into that they would be comfortable.
Pool D would be nicer.
They can't, I don't think.
No. But like,
yeah,
literally can't.
But if that group had like
that
been
was
drawn,
Pool C, yeah.
Like I think that would have been a good group for them. Just because I think those teams may have pulled a few more punches, whereas I think given France, Hungary, and Wales might do a little we've beaten everyone wheel. That's my thoughts.
It's the first year in a long time where I could see that happen in nearly every group.
Yeah.
In the men's cloth especially. Last year it was usually like a mostly clear like indication of who was going to be top two, with maybe a third that could potentially throw it off. But you never really felt like the wheel kind of happening. Whereas in Group 1, you could see all four of them taking a win off of each other easily.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pool B, you could see, as you said, France, Wales, Hungary doing it. And we'll go into it further as we go down the list. But I could definitely see a few.
Just go into it. We need to get this podcast over and done with. So moving on.
Moving on to Pool C. Actually, to be fair, I think this is probably a bit more straightforward in my head, where I think England and Scotland will take that. I've seen a few names on the Scotland list that I think would be quite experienced and carry them through that. I don't know a lot about the other three there, but off of vibes alone, I'd go Spain, Portugal, Netherlands. Why not?
What, Netherlands bottom?
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, Mackay. Like, yeah, Colin doesn't like you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love the fact as well. Like, you're not going to be there to get the heat. Like,
no.
Please, everybody, give me heat.
You can find me in Galway the week afterwards if you want to. If you want to come yell at me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Scotland, England, Netherlands, Spain, Portugal.
Oh, Scotland. To be fair, Scotland England has been a cracking match.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
It's gonna be a very good game. It's gonna be a very good game.
It's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be really close.
I don't think there'll be
like a clear winner.
Yeah, I think it'll be really good until the last 5 minutes, and Scotland will just choke.
That's not what I thought you were going to say there. Yeah, fair. No, I wouldn't be overly shocked if Scotland were to pull a win off there. I think you're absolutely right, Emily, in that it's just one of those matches that like both teams just rise to their opposition's game. And it's just a really good back and forth. Like we've seen it in both men's and mixed, especially over the last few tournaments. It's a really, really good game. It's probably, in terms of the group games, it's probably the one I'd be most excited to give a watch.
I think it's one of two that I'm most excited.
Yeah, I think that'll be a very, very good game. And
The
be a
players
very
know
tight
each
one.
other so well as well. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I until you said it, I hadn't really thought about it. I just thought England clear. Like yeah, that one. I had put Scotland too. I mean the intel that I have literally just by listening to the Dodgeball Everything podcast or Everything Dodgeball podcast. Sorry, Stefan. um, go give that podcast a listen because they're a lot more organised than we are.
Yes.
And their top 5 predictions are much more interesting. We're just going on vibes. And the gossip that I got from that is there's no Iceman for Spain, who is their absolute talisman player, who's just insanely good, so young, so talented. Can't wait to see more of him in the dodgeball world. But also Netherlands, Mickey was saying that they've come with a bit more of a newer team, younger team, so they've got some new blood coming in, which part of me thinks will make them stronger, mainly because I think the chemistry might be a bit better, because they already had some young talent coming through, and it sounds like they're just going to have more now, and I think that's a bit like the French women's team when they came through at Drachten. I think that might be a good thing for the Netherlands too. Could be wrong, who knows? So for that reason, I'm going England, Scotland, Netherlands, Spain, Portugal. Thumbs up. Nice. For our audio listeners, there were 2 thumbs up there. Paul D. Paul D. So the other game that I'm going to be really excited for is the Austria-Switzerland game because that seems interesting, and the fact that Switzerland have a whole presentation on how to play against Austrians, which is fascinating. I haven't actually read it.
Alert.
I haven't actually read it, but I know it exists. They
we have no insider intel.
but
None
having
at all.
I wonder where we got that from.
having no, actually not from our mutual acquaintance, but
I didn't say anything.
also I didn't realize that at Euros was it Euros? Yeah, Euros when the game was really close in Aussie Egg. That Swiss Austria game was really really close to half time. Stefan hadn't left his house, so he didn't turn up to play because he was like resting. He was gonna it was an 8:30 match, and they didn't want to. He was like, oh yeah. I don't think it was a case of oh yeah it's fine, it's Switzerland, but I think it was a bit of a case of I want to take a game to rest, and this seems like the most sensible one to do just because of the timing of it.
Love that.
And
I
yeah,
guess
they
that happened
nearly
stupid.
cocked it up.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was a great story to hear. Yeah, so Austria, Switzerland, Sweden, Belgium. I think I've put Switzerland getting out of that group. So Austria, Switzerland, Sweden, Belgium is the order I've got.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Yeah, I'd fully back that.
I'd like to see how far Belgium have come though. Like,
Yeah.
I also don't want to. I know we're all like confident with saying that, but I don't want to do Sweden a disjustice. Like they are a good squad. I think us knowing more about the Switzerland team is probably giving us a wee bit of bias and hearing about their progression as a squad in this, whereas obviously we don't have that kind of intel with Sweden. So it's probably swaying us a little bit, but I would feel confident saying Austria and Switzerland will be the 2 getting out of that group.
yeah, I mean, Marcus or Pierre, if you want to just like give us the lowdown before we record the podcast about what's going on.
You've got about 6 hours to give us the lowdown.
Yeah, I guess
By
like
the time this goes out.
Marcus will probably care more about foam at this point. So yeah, we'll see. So yeah, I think in terms of we've got fairly similar predictions, other than I've got Wales getting out and Denmark getting out. So I've got Czechia, Wales in the quarterfinal because it's A1 versus B2, whereas you guys will have. Have we all got Czechia coming out first in Group 1?
No.
No,
I
I
had
went
Italy.
Italy, Ireland. Italy,
Okay,
Ireland is where I went for.
So
I went Italy, Czechia.
you guys got Italy, and then who from group? Who? Oh, you had France. So Italy, France is your quarterfinal prediction. With the other quarterfinal being C1, which would be England for all of us, and Switzerland in that one.
No, I said
Which,
Scotland.
oh, you did. Scotland Switzerland would be a banging match. That would be a
It would.
great
That would actually be a
quarterfinal.
very good
That
game.
would be a great game. Oh, so wait, you've got C2. Oh, that means England Austria in the quarters for you, Emily.
Yeah.
That would be mad.
Whoa. That'd be sick. You know what? It'd be really nice to see something like that happening a bit early on.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, a little bit of drama. That'd be tasty.
We love it.
But I have Scotland, Austria, and I think Colin, you had Scotland, Austria, and then the final one was C1. Oh wait, sorry, no, B1.
C1's England.
Yeah, sorry, God.
Oh, B1 NI.
Yeah, NI versus C2. So, no, sorry, A2. So I've got NI versus Denmark. You guys have NI.
NI
I have
Ireland for
NI
me.
versus and NI Czechia.
Yeah. So I've got it as Czechia making it to the semi-final, beating Wales, England getting to the final, beating Switzerland and Czechia, and then on the other side I've got NI beating Denmark, getting to the final, Scotland beating Austria beating Scotland, but NI beating Austria for an England NI final.
See, that was a lot to process there in one.
Yeah, that's like full 8.
yeah, that was everything.
Everything what it was.
Sorry to say.
So yeah, it's difficult because Emily's got England on the other side of the draw. Which, by the way, means England, Northern Ireland, and Austria would be on the same side. So it would be NI.
And just how fun that would be.
That would be
That
chaos.
would be very,
It's
very
what
fun.
fans want. If we were directing the dodgeball movie, this is what would happen.
I don't think you're wrong. Like you're guaranteed a newcomer into the. Well, I say newcomer. You're guaranteed like someone recently being new to the finals for in the men's side for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, that would
Like-
be a England-Austria quarter-final with the winner of that playing Northern Ireland in the semis.
Yeah.
Dodgeball gods, bless us, please.
That'd be
My
so
God,
good.
if this actually happens, I put Bell, I'll be absolutely devastated.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if like one of them three like made it to the final and then just ended up bottling the final as well? Oh, it'd be
Yeah.
funny though, wouldn't it? Listen, I'm here for the vibes. I'm here for the Cinderella story. Is what we all want to say.
It's all right. Let's do it quickly again, and I'll write it down. I'll cut this bit out. So you had A1 was
Italy
and
against France.
against France, and then C1 was Scotland,
Scotland against Switzerland.
Switzerland, and then you had A2 as
Czechia against Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland, and then you had England versus
Against Austria.
and Colm, who A1.
Oh, you're asking me to remember this. Italy, then Ireland.
Italy. Yeah.
Listen, if you're
Ireland.
doing it on vibes, you're not remembering
No,
anything.
it's fine. B group, NI
I said NI France.
France. C group, you had England, Scotland.
England, Scotland, and then Austria, Switzerland.
Cool. So that means your first quarter final to guess is it's Italy, France. Who do you think's going to win? Oh, that's a naggy match. That is.
Oh, Italy, France. I think Italy.
Italy. Go on. So
Italy through to the semis.
and then Colm, Italy, France as well.
Let's shake it up. I'll go France. Go on. I just want to make next life a living hell right now.
Scotland, Switzerland. M.
Scotland.
Ooh. And England, Switzerland, Colm.
England.
Okay, Czechia, NI, or for Emily.
NI.
And Ireland, Northern Ireland, Colm.
Northern Ireland.
England, Austria, M.
Austria.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Woo-hoo-hoo. And Scotland, Austria for Colin.
oh, that's actually going to be a good match, you know.
Yeah.
Austria, Austria.
Okay. Which means your semi-final is Italy, Scotland.
I'm gonna say Scotland.
I thought you might. Yeah,
Ooh.
I think I would in your shoes as well.
And your Italy, England, Colin.
Oh, England. Yeah.
And then your other quarterfinal is Northern Ireland, Austria for both of you.
Do you mean semi?
Yeah, sorry,
Yes.
semi, yeah.
I was like, oh god, are we doing this all over again?
I think
Um,
I'm gonna go for Austria.
I think I'm gonna go Northern Ireland.
Which leaves myself and Colin with an England, Northern Ireland final, with Emily with a Scotland, Austria final.
Oh, I love that. That's class. No, I love that. Emily wins the vibes check by far.
100%.
That'd be a great final to watch.
I'm
Yep.
committing to Northern Ireland to win it all on home soil. Do you want to speak about your Scotland Austria final?
I think in my head Scotland come out really strong and they're winning at half time and then they get absolutely bulldozed in the second half. And
I
Austria take
love
the
that
title.
Emily's come up with the greatest dodgeball script, like on a whim.
This is incredible. This is incredible.
Like,
The
this is
absolute
best.
scenes. Oh god. And then Colin, your England then I final.
Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland. Cool.
Also, Nick to pull you up on it. Technically not home final for Northern Ireland because it's in Republic of
No,
Ireland.
yeah, closest. No,
That,
I know
but
what
if
you
you
mean,
hosted
yeah,
in
yeah.
Scotland, you wouldn't say the same thing.
No, it's true. Well, I don't know. I think England would argue that it's close to a home final. Would you not?
I think that's a very unpopular opinion.
Fair enough. It's a lesser trip. Like I think the point is the home advantage is you don't have to travel as far, and that's not very. It's really not far traveling. So that would be more my philosophy about it, not it's in our home country type thing. Right, let's go to women's club. Ta-da! 16 teams again. Yeah, nothing.
Oh, I've no idea. This will absolutely be the definition of vibes.
Well, yeah, I don't have much to say on this because there aren't any new teams. The Norway women's. Oh, they were there in Osijek, I think. But it is interesting that Norway are only bringing a women's and mixed team. But
This
that's
is like
all.
the first time that's ever happened that they've not had a men's team as well.
That's a very good point.
Like-
Yeah.
Because like loads of people start with a mixed and a men's team.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
just
Like-
just a mixed.
Oh yeah, but like, has anyone actually brought just a women's and a mixed team before?
Right now.
Making history, Norway. I love that.
Trend setting.
Yeah. So cool that that's happening. Yeah. Shall we just go straight into predictions? Because I don't really have anything else to say. Like, it's just going to be
Yep.
I think that should be the format going forward.
format going forward. I mean, I do not know what the format is for the foam finals, so we'll just say top three.
We
maybe.
can just do a top three. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless Emily knows it.
I don't know. I would assume because it's round robin that first would play fourth and second would play third.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd
actually-
guess so. Someone
then-
can look at the
and
EDF
then-
rules in the background. So women's pool A. I have France winning that group, and I have the Netherlands finishing second. I think Ireland third, Spain fourth is going to be my prediction.
Yeah, I
there.
agree.
Yeah, I'd also back that.
Oh my
Cool.
God, consensus.
It's got to happen once in a while, right?
Yeah.
We've got to agree with each other every so often when we do a podcast. You know,
Yeah.
like,
We gotta pretend we like each other, right?
yeah. Group B, who do you think's gonna? This is war. This is a spicy group.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Scotland, Italy, Wales, Norway.
Scotland.
But I think those Italy, Wales, Norway. But I think that
Italy.
top three is gonna be like tight.
Yeah, I would love to see
Like,
when those matches are because you can bet the
It'd
other
be
nations
very
are going to
good
be
watch.
watching. Like the other nations are
Yeah.
going to be crowd. Like, there's going to be an atmosphere around those games.
Like it wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me if like they all beat each other and
Yeah,
it comes
yeah.
down to set difference.
Yeah,
Also,
I'd very much agree with that.
shout out to I know we're going to talk about it in the after show anyway, but I love that EDF have the rule of if you get into a tie, it comes down to set difference versus each other. Like it doesn't.
It's a really good idea. Yeah,
it's so good because
I
it
agree with
protects
that.
Norway massively from being absolutely pummeled, but also it means that like you're not the group you're in. It's more about importance in matches, for importance of the match that you're playing rather than because I think it will reduce people running around too much and getting themselves absolutely exhausted just by trying to rack up sets against a team and. Not it's not fun.
Yeah,
Wales
because
are doing it
from experience, and whenever I played in Italy Euros, we end up having to beat Belgium by more than 30-0. I think we ended up having to rack up 34, and it just felt awful the entire game. It just did not feel good having to, because I think that was their first Euros ever, and most of them only been playing for like a very very short period of time. It might have even been some of their first like competitive matches was Euros. It just felt awful to have to like do that. Tell you what, they're absolute champs about it. Like they understood what was like why we were doing it. But getting rid of like situations like that, I just think it's much better for everybody involved.
Yeah, definitely agree. So go on then. What's yours? Your prediction, Colin, for Group B?
Ooh, I'm gonna go really rogue. I'm gonna go Scotland, Wales, Italy, Norway. I'll be honest, the two I'm really oohing on between is Wales and Scotland for first, because I think if it does go to the triangle of results, I think Wales will probably win it on set difference.
Fair. We'll get there later, but I feel like Italy have not had the kindest run in the quarter final upwards run for a couple of years now, and I think that has betrayed how good they are as a team because they've often met Austria or England on the way through, and I reckon if they mainly Austria, they've mainly met Austria, and that's really tough.
I don't want me putting them third for me to come across as me thinking that I'm underestimating them basically. I do think they're a really strong squad, and for the previous chats that we've had about other tournaments, they're usually a team that I back quite highly. But I really do like the look of the Wales and Scotland squads going into this. I think they're both trying out some new stuff. From what I've heard from both camps, and I think if there is a Euros where they could come out looking strong, I think it'll be this one.
Yeah, just a reminder as well, like from Worlds, because I was just thinking about this. Like my problem with Scotland women, and this is why I've gone Italy, Wales, is because Scotland at the NECs, their ones got beaten by their twos. Now it was a slightly mixed team, but I still think that shows that they've got some things to sort out in chemistry. But also looking at cloth final rankings, Scotland finished 16th, Wales finished 4th at Worlds last year. So, I think Wales are a cracking team and are definitely pulling it together. I think Scotland I still got some work to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, Pool C. England, Northern Ireland, Switzerland, Belgium. I think that's exactly the order I've got it as.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think we're going to be in a bit of trouble with a certain somebody though.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's the way it's going to go. In all honesty, although I do think there's a couple of I think the games between England and Switzerland will be very good watches.
I think the Switzerland NI game will be good. I don't know.
And I beat England last time, didn't I?
They did. True.
Yes.
They did.
Thank you. I started doubting myself as soon as I said it.
They did it at Worlds. Yeah, they didn't. Not at Euros,
sorry.
but,
That's what I
Yeah.
meant. Not a Euros, but a
Yeah.
Worlds
Yeah.
last year. So I wouldn't be counting that one out either.
And then finally to round it out, Pool D.
Austria, Czechia, Switzerland, Sweden, Hungary.
Yep, that's the order I've got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the order I've got as well.
I just
God, we're bored.
the thing I know it sounds boring, but that is going to be a horrible group. I can totally see Hungary coming second. I can see Sweden coming second. Can't see anyone beating Austria, but I can see those other three being wildly competitive.
Yeah.
For me, it would be more the game between Czechia and Sweden that I was debating whether I'd swap them around or not. But I do agree, three very good games. I think Austria will definitely come out on top though, comfortably.
Yeah, I just my reason for Czechia being that I just feel like they're the most consistent team of the other three. I think Sweden finished 4th in Euros. In Osijek, I think maybe 5th. No, yeah, I think they finished. No,
if you go through all the numbers, you'll get.
I think they finished 6th because Czechia beat Sweden. God, I can't remember the order.
Honestly, you're remembering a hell of a lot more than I am, which I'll give you credit.
Because I remember Sweden beat Netherlands in the quarterfinal because that was the sudden death. That it was the leap of faith whistle blown moment which robbed Netherlands from a win.
God, that's a great memory from you, mate.
I was there. I witnessed it. That was one of the best dodgeball moments I have ever witnessed. I will never forget that. So yeah, there was that. So that meant Sweden must have gone through to the semis, but then Italy lost to Austria in the semis. So I don't know where Northern Ireland finished in all of this, but did England play Northern Ireland in the quarters, and that meant that I think that is what happened. I think
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think 3rd, 4th was between Italy and Sweden, and I think Italy finished 3rd and Sweden finished 4th. There we go. We got there. Who needs to look up facts when you have a memory that's been Mandela defect as well as that? So
this is where we find out we got it all wrong.
Yeah, can't wait for it. Just send them messages on the catching out while I'm at Limerick. You don't need to tell me in person. It's fine. Like I appreciate it.
Yeah, because it's fine. I definitely logged into that account.
Yeah,
with
definitely.
the details.
It's definitely going to be Emily that's handling all of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Really excited for Emily to handle it all.
Yeah, I've got nothing else to do at all. Nothing else.
Nothing important. Nothing at all.
No.
Right. So that brings our first quarterfinal. We've all got a different first quarterfinal. We've all got France, but then I've got France versus Wales. Emily, you love a France-Italy quarterfinal apparently, and Colm, you've got France-Scotland.
He's going to rig it so it happens in mix as well.
I don't know if it's possible. But anyway, so I've got Wales beating France in the quarterfinals.
I'm getting France to beat Italy.
All right. And France-Scotland column. Vibes only.
Oh, Scotland. Vibes.
Scotland forever.
Scotland.
We've all got England-Czechia in the next quarterfinal.
England.
England.
Yeah. Agreed.
Then I've got Netherlands-Italy. You've got Netherlands-Scotland. And Colm, you've got Netherlands-Wales.
I'm going for Scotland.
Scotland over Netherlands. I've got Italy over Netherlands. And you've got Netherlands, Wales, Colm.
I'm gonna go with Wales.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Which then leaves us with Northern Ireland versus Austria. All of us have got this game. I'm going to say Austria.
It was like who's gonna be the first one to break? Yeah, Austria. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it'll be close.
Closer than the World's Finals?
Yes.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask. Just put it out there.
It's the way you asked it that was really funny. I'll be honest with you, pal.
So first semi-final, I've got Wales versus England, and I've got England winning that one. Which leaves Emily. You have France versus England, and
I'm gonna go for France.
oh, love it.
I'm
Whereas
definitely gonna get sacked to the coach after this.
It's alright. This isn't.
sorry,
about
this is
foam.
this is cloth. It's not foam. You don't know what you're talking about in cloth anyway. It's fine.
No,
Like
it's true. Yeah, I've never played it before in my life.
I just think Emily has like a wee spinner thing on her phone that's just picking who's winning all these matches.
just letting the baby pick for her. Like
Yeah.
Which one has she kicked on? If a set of country she kicks.
Colm, you have Scotland, England.
Scotland, let's go for it. Go on. Becky with the neat and tidy.
Oh god.
Call it now.
All
Only like
right.
3 people are going to get that reference, by the way.
I've got Italy, Austria for the other semi-final, which I've got Austria winning, which leaves Colm. We'll start with you first. You have Wales, Austria.
I actually think that'll be a good game, but I do think Austria will come out on top.
And Emily, you have Scotland, Austria.
I also think Austria won that, but again, I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah, I really do.
God, you guys are on something tonight. I've got England, Austria in the final, and
Drumroll.
that's so hard. England did
What
so.
happened to vibes only? You're starting to go through results in your head.
The thing is,
like this.
England did so damn well in Euros last time to beat Austria. Like
I was gonna say,
so
I don't think you can
incredibly
say
well.
that about Worlds.
And it didn't happen at Worlds, did it? Like I'm gonna go for England. I am gonna go for England.
The redemption arc.
Emily, you've got France, Austria.
Brilliant. I love that.
I think Austria will take it, but I think it'll be a really interesting final.
And Colm, you have Scotland, Austria.
I would love to say Scotland. I'd back my mate, but I will have to go with Austria, unfortunately.
All right.
I think they're really good, and I'm actually really interested to see if they'll do, because wasn't it Worlds where they like rotated their entire six for both halves and stuff?
Yep.
I'm really interested to see if they do something like that again, and keep players fresh, especially once we had the explanation sent to us after we kind of like wrongly understood the reason behind it. Yeah, if they're able to implement something like that at a high level again, they'll do very, very well this tournament.
Yeah, and Stefan would be very happy if that's the case. He was, yeah. I won't repeat what was said on their podcast.
I was going to say you might as well just keep on giving the summaries of all his episodes at this point.
Yeah, let's not. Mixed.
I kid.
Mixed. We have Ukraine and Slovakia with us this time, and Portugal. don't think there's any other new teams there. Yep. So we have 3 new teams. Ukraine sent a women's team to Worlds, but didn't send one to Euros. Didn't do one in Euros. Slovakia obviously new, and Portugal have also got a mixed team. So that's great news. So, Pool A. Colm, I think you should start first.
Oh God, don't put the pressure on me. This is really interesting group. I think for all teams they would have been happy with it because I think they all have a chance of getting out of it realistically. I would go for, once again, Italy, Ireland. Hungary, Portugal, Spain.
So what? You've got Italy, Ireland.
I
Right?
take. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just taking the notes for the.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Okay. Interesting. This is gonna be.
Looks so disappointed in me.
This is gonna be so like. This is proof we don't, like, either we don't know what we're talking about, or dodgeball is getting more and more
I think there's
equal.
plenty of proof out there for that, lad.
If anyone was doubting it, we don't know what we're talking
Things
about.
can't be true.
Yeah, both things.
I was gonna say. I think there's enough people that have called us out on shit we've said that I think we know the truth around that matter.
And after 12 months of like nice calmness, we are just walking straight back into it. Like, of all the ways to like reintroduce that, we could have gone nice, like, you know, let's just do all the like standard what everyone else is thinking. Let's do that. No, straight in the deep end. Hot takes all over the place.
It's because if your hot take is the one that's right, chef's kiss. Everybody, the haters can hate all they want, but if you get that one
get it
hot
right,
take
yeah.
correct, like, you live off that for a long time.
Yeah, it's true. I think Zoe
Thing
still
is,
hasn't
it's-
come down from her Dracton prediction, right? Like her saying France are going to do well, and then France doing well. Like, oh shit.
Honestly, that was
I mean, it's a good
incredible.
job that Nick's making notes, because if any of the stuff that I've said actually happens, and then it could be like, oh, you were right, I'll be like, what? I have no recollection of what I said.
Oh, fantastic! What a lovely surprise.
I really said that.
So we're talking about things you won't remember and predictions. What was your predictions for Pool A?
Italy, Spain, Hungary, Ireland, Portugal.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Again, I just feel like Nick's got a heavy judgment on.
No, no, absolutely no. I
can hear a big
I know it like I was just thinking, do I say it or do I not, that every time that there's been an opportunity to give Ireland some credit, Em's just gone bottom of the table.
Portugal.
Incredible.
It's a really
incredible.
good thing I'm not going in person, because I'd get lynched.
So I have.
So you'll be able to like diffuse all the situations by just handing them a baby.
Look, it's a baby. Oh god. Yeah. So I have Spain first and Hungary second, Italy third, Ireland fourth, Portugal fifth.
Oh, at least one of us is going to look like a right dick.
My logic is that Spain finished third. Admittedly, Iceman was playing at Euros, and he is a massive game changer for them. But
I was going to ask this question because you keep telling me that they've lost like the one that's carried them in the tournaments, and you're still ranking them quite highly.
yeah, I still think as a team they put their all into mixed, and therefore I think they'll do well. Italy's mixed team historically has been more of a development team, so therefore I don't think it'll be as strong. And Hungary are a solid team, so I think Hungary, putting a solid team in with a group that's looking for a team to sort of take it by the scruff of the neck, and then also Spain being slightly weaker, Well, not slightly. Like they are weaker. I think it's going to be a very close one. I can see it going anyway, but I do think Hungary will come out second. I wouldn't be surprised if Hungary came out top, to be perfectly honest. And Spain. I can see. It's a tough group to call. I can see Ireland winning a couple of matches as well. Like, we know some of the players that play for Ireland. We know what they can do when they're gelling. That mixed team especially has done some good stuff at NECs, and has definitely shown some growth. It'll be curious to see what Italy do with the team, whether they use it as more of a development platform again or not. And God knows what Portugal are. Like, could be solid. Could be a solid team that we just don't know anything about. So yeah, that's my prediction for and reasoning for Pool A. Look, I may have logic, but I'm never going to claim it's good logic. So just before anyone comes for me, like, dude, I definitely don't necessarily know what I'm talking about. Pool B. Go on, Emily.
Austria, Czechia, Switzerland, France, Slovakia.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
I'd agree with
Vibes.
that. Yep. Nice. Thank you. Next. Go on, Colm.
I would go Austria, Switzerland, Czechia, France, Slovakia. Go on, throw a little hot take in there.
Fair. Be interesting to see what.
Plus, I want to be in Zoe's cookbooks, so.
I don't think she's playing mixed though. She's playing women's only, right?
Not.
So, one team that's she's not in one. Well, oh god. Anyway, cool. Pool C. Sure, I'll have a crack at it. I do have it Northern Ireland, Sweden, Netherlands, Belgium, Ukraine, but Sweden, Netherlands, man, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I think I'd have them the other way round, so I'd have Netherlands, Sweden third.
Yeah, that's fair. So NI top and then Netherlands. Yeah, fair.
I would go with NI Sweden, Netherlands, Belgium, Ukraine.
NI
However,
Sweden.
that it's probably the one where I feel like the least confident saying that, and I've come out with some rogue takes.
Yeah, Scotland women's to the final. What?
Yeah, that's fine. That was a real vibe one. Yeah, I think that's how I'd go with it. Sweden, then Netherlands for second and third.
Fair enough. And then rounding out Pool D. Go on, Colm.
England, Scotland, Wales, Norway.
Fair.
I'm gonna go Scotland, England, Wales, Norway.
Oh god, you really are back in Scotland.
I know. I don't know why.
Who have you been speaking to in Scotland camp that's just got you absolutely buzzing for them?
Just sucking up to Scotty for some reason.
Oh god, I have England and then Scotland. I could see Wales, but yeah, I think mix Scotland, have it over Wales for now. Which leads us to the quarterfinals. The first quarterfinal is absolute chaos because none of us have anything really in common. I have Spain v Czechia, which that's a bloody tough game. I've got
quarterfinal. That's crazy.
Yeah, I've got Czechia going through to the semi-finals. Colm, you have Czechia. No, sorry. You have Switzerland, Italy, and M, you have Czechia, Italy.
Who would you like to go first?
Go at the same time.
Okay, wait, who was my teams again?
I'm
Italy,
gonna go for
Switzerland.
Czechia.
Czechia, yeah, fair. You've got Switzerland, Italy.
Oh, Switzerland, Italy. I would go with Italy.
All right. I have Northern Ireland versus Scotland. Emily has Northern Ireland versus England. And Colm, you have Northern Ireland and Scotland. I'll let you go first.
Ooh, I would go with. I think this could be a fantastic game if this comes about. But I would. Oh, actually, I really don't know. Yeah, go with Northern Ireland. Go with Northern Ireland.
Northern
I'm,
Ireland,
I'm
England.
gonna go for England.
You're actually going to back them for once.
Yeah, no.
She must have had her cup of tea. She's not going for the hot takes anymore.
Yeah, clearly.
Maybe that's the problem. I'm only allowed one, and I had it this big. It's been far too long since my last cup of tea.
I've got Northern Ireland going to the semi-final, beating Scotland. So the next one, I've got Hungary v Austria. Emily, you have Spain v Austria, and Colm, you have Ireland versus Austria.
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 In a shock to everyone, I've also got Austria.
What? This is crazy.
And the final quarterfinal, I've got Sweden versus England. Emily has Netherlands versus Scotland, and Colm, you've also got Sweden versus England.
I'm going for Scotland.
I go for Scotland too in that one.
Whatever they're paying you, I want some of that money. Like, how have they got you on their payroll?
I played in the Scottish Open, so I feel like I've got an affinity with them now. You know.
Man, I need to get onto that payroll.
My Celtic cousins.
Oh God. Yeah, Colm, Sweden, England.
England.
And I've also got England, which means our semi-finals are, for me, it's Czechia, Northern Ireland. For Emily, it is Czechia, England. And for Colm, you have Italy, Northern Ireland. They are very different.
Honestly, your insights are just incredible. What was it? NI Italy for me, was it? Did
Yep.
you say? NI.
Go for it.
I'm going for England.
I went for Northern Ireland over Czechia, which I think it's going to be a really good game if it does happen. I think it'll be a really good game, Northern Ireland, Czechia. I would say pencil that in because I think it's going to happen. And then the other semi-final.
Isn't that what a prediction's meant to be?
I'm doubling down. Put
it on Bet365. You
know? Double or nothing. Wait, what's? So the other semi-final, I have Austria, England, and I have England winning. I think that'll be great.
Finish off the rest. Do you want to finish off the rest of them?
Go on, Emily. You go.
Who have I got? I've got Austria, Scotland.
You have Austria, Scotland.
Which I think Austria will win.
Oh, now you're giving up on them. Money doesn't stretch quite that far, does it? And then, Colm, you have Austria, England as well.
Austria.
Which leaves a final of Northern Ireland versus England for me, England versus Austria for Emily, and Northern Ireland versus Austria for Colm.
Austria.
You're going Austria. Austria.
Yeah.
Austria win it all.
Go on, Nick. What do you think?
I don't like
Was
this.
that me or?
I don't like this.
For those not watching online, Nick is currently buffering.
Just like put that like the modem dial-up sound in the background. That's me just like
Let's
processing.
go. Do you know what's sad? There's probably going to be a few listeners that have no idea what you're talking about.
Or I'm like that sound the speakers made when you used to get a text message. Like,
Oh my god, that's yeah. God, that's a throwback.
I've got England winning the mix. Go on.
So who have I got in the final again? Austria. NI.
Same. And no, NI England. Oh yeah, Austria. Sorry, Austria. NI. Sorry. Yeah.
My head says Austria, my heart says NI, and I think for this one, I'm gonna go with my head and go with Austria. Nick left me waiting too long. I think if you'd come to me earlier, I might have went with my heart there for the vibes.
All right. So, you realise you've gone for Austria to make the triple.
Yeah, but only just now.
Believe it or not, Nick, they are very good at dodgeball.
Yeah, I haven't got them winning a single gold, which like when I was looking at the mixed final, I was like, how the hell have I not backed Austria to win anything? I've got England winning women's and mixed, and Northern Ireland winning the men's. Emily doing Austria doing the triple, and Colm, you've got NI doing the men's, and then you've got Austria doing the women's and mixed.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
I'm gonna draw these up and then send them out tomorrow morning, and you guys are gonna be like, what's going on? If Zoe's about, I'm gonna ask for her predictions as well, just for the lols, and put them all on one.
I'm gonna tick it off at home as we go through the tournament.
Brilliant. Oh no, because Zoe did that one year, and I was like, what was I thinking for 90% of what I predicted?
Or it's the fact that we all backed Ireland to get out of the groups in like everything, and it's like, yeah, Ireland did not do well. Right, shall we talk about? I think there's another type of dodgeball appearing at.
Oh my god, yeah, there is.
Heroes. Mad to think. There's this thing called foam.
My Discord's breaking up.
Oh no, I feel like COVID's got me again. Oh, I can't. Yeah, foam. That thing. I think it is good that foam has made it to Euros, and I am looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, it needed to happen.
And
Definitely needed to happen.
Also glad at the number of teams that the countries have put in a team for it. I think it is good to see, and I am genuinely curious how it will go. So we'll see what happens. So for audio listeners, in the men's world of foam, we have two pools because there are 9 teams. So in Pool A, we've got Ireland, Austria, Sweden, Spain, and France. And Pool B, we've got Italy, England, Wales, and Switzerland. I have no idea how this. I assume it's the top 2 go to a semis.
Yeah, so I just looked on the schedule, and there's only semi-finals for foam.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. I was looking for it, and I couldn't see it anywhere.
Yeah.
Lol.
So therefore, I would imagine A1 versus B2.
Yeah.
A2 versus B1.
Yeah, exactly. So, I know nothing about this.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, Emily. What are your thoughts? Go on.
Right. Pool
As
A.
the foam expert.
Austria.
Yeah.
Sweden.
Yeah.
Spain. Ireland. France.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this is the first time France are bringing a foam team. So we have literally no idea what they're going to do, which is why I've put them at the bottom of the group, because they're the only team in the pool that's not played foam before.
Yeah, fair.
So you got Austria,
Yeah.
Sweden, Spain,
Yeah, Spain,
Ireland, France.
then Ireland. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And that's because France have never played foam before, as far as you're aware. They've brought a team anyway.
Yeah.
Ireland haven't, have they?
If Ireland went to Worlds.
Yeah,
Did they?
Team to Worlds.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I did.
Remember when they took like 10 people and played 6 divisions?
Yeah. Okay, like Canada Worlds, right?
No,
Okay.
that was no. They brought a team
Oh no,
to
they did.
Worlds
No, they did. Yes,
in
they
Austria as
did.
well.
Yes, yeah, they did.
I
Yeah.
don't remember them at Austria, but yeah, I remember the whole
Yeah.
fiasco at Worlds.
That
Like,
Yeah.
was the team like Blaine Murphy and
Yes.
a few of the other lads were playing in.
Yeah.
I know they went to NECs,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah. But I remember, like, Austria basically, I think, were second or third best European country at foam men's at Worlds, and Sweden were pretty good. So were Spain, and then yeah. So there's vague reasonings, and then I'd say England, Italy, Wales, Switzerland. Because again, we've not seen Switzerland play foam. So I don't know what they're going to do, whether they're just going to play cloth foam or not.
did you say Italy,
Obviously,
England,
Wales.
or
No, England, Italy.
England, Italy? Okay,
Yeah.
cool, nice.
Yeah.
I think I've got Sweden above Austria, because I remember watching Sweden in NECs, and they were very impressive, and held their own very well against the Italian team. If I remember at Worlds, they got a bit unlucky with their group and draw compared to Austria. I can't really remember.
I can't remember what group they were. Yeah, I can't remember what group they were in.
I feel like Sweden. I back Sweden here, but again, I know nothing. And then I'll put Spain as well in third, and then go France, Ireland. Love you, Ireland, but
Ooh.
I'm gonna put France. Love you. And then I'm gonna.
You're actually going to Ireland, so.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're just asking to get kicked out.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna go Italy, England, Wales, Switzerland. Which I think Wales are going to be slightly annoyed they're not in the other group, to be honest, because I think Italy and England are significantly stronger than Wales or Switzerland. Whereas I think if Wales or Switzerland were in the other group, I think, especially Wales, I think Wales did pretty solidly at Worlds. Like, they didn't embarrass themselves. They got some good sets and they played all right. So I think they would have wished they were in Pool A to, you know.
And then I think Tom Carlton's exclusively playing foam this time as well, rather than being like a extra player. So yeah, because he was kind of split across cloth and foam, but I think he's committed to just foam this time.
Fair play to him.
Colin, shall I just put you down for whatever M said?
No. Well, for Pool B you can.
Okay.
England, Italy, Wales, Switzerland. For Pool A, I would go Austria, Sweden, Ireland, Spain, France.
Nice. Which would give us like quarterfinals of Austria, Italy for Emily, Sweden, England for me, and Austria, Italy for Colm.
I'm going to say Italy.
Cool. Colm.
Who was my semi-final again?
Austria, Italy as well.
Italy.
And then I've got England, Sweden, England, Austria. Sorry, I've got England, Sweden. God, I haven't even done my prediction. Austria.
Yeah.
I have Sweden, England. Yes, I have Sweden, England. So I'm going to go England into the final.
Mm-hmm.
And then that means that you guys have Sweden, England as your other semi-final, whereas I have Italy, Austria. Either way, we get to the same semi-finals. It's just the other ones.
Yeah, good. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'd
Listen,
say
playing on a different court can make the whole difference, you know?
Yeah.
I'd
say England beating Sweden for me.
Yeah, same.
I'm shocked. Do I have Italy beating Austria? I do have Italy beating Austria, which means all of us have the finalists coming from the same group.
Yep.
So replay of a group match for the finals. Who are we taking? Fuck it. I'm going England.
Yep. Me too.
What do you mean? Fuck it, you're going.
What?
Oh, yeah, 'cause
Italy
you
are
have
the
the other
most
right, yeah,
experienced.
yeah,
Italy
yeah,
are the
yeah.
most
Yeah.
experienced. So
I do think England will take this. I do.
there we go. Well, congrats England on making another medal. If all our predictions are true, we go on to women's foam, which is a solo. And I don't know what happens if it's a solo pool. But
You all play each other.
Oh, is
and
it
then
just a round
first
robin?
be fourth. It's just a round robin, and
Yeah.
then they do first, fourth, second, third, I believe, for the semis. So essentially, you'll definitely play somebody at least
Do you
twice.
get more matches this way?
Maybe.
Because
I think it's fairly.
It'd be about the same, right?
you get
Yeah.
5 match. Because in the other one you had one group of 4. In this one you got a group
Yeah,
of
so they
6.
get 3.
So you get
Yeah, but then
3 at
quarters,
semi.
semi-final.
No, there's no quarters. It's just a
Yeah.
semi-final. So it would be
Yeah.
3.
Oh, do you mean
Is it
for it
quarter?
compared to the men's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
sorry.
I think the women's and the mixed do
Yeah.
actually get more game time, as a result. Particularly the mixed, because there's
12
there's
teams.
an extra team in the mixed one.
Yeah.
So for our audio listeners, we've got in the women's pool, we've Ireland, Italy, Austria, Sweden, England, Spain. Go on, 1 to 6. Colm, go first.
Oh, you're so cruel.
I've got
so
to go
wrong.
next. I'm gonna go next, so neither of us get any insight from Em. Okay.
Let's go. Oh, let's go. Italy, England, Austria, Sweden, Ireland, Spain.
Italy, England, Austria, Sweden, Ireland, Spain.
Ireland, Spain. Yeah.
I'm gonna go. This is tough.
Emily's like, it's so obvious.
Make a prediction about something you know nothing about. You know what?
Get Emily's wheel out. And,
just do. Yeah, I'm gonna say Italy. I am then gonna say England. I am then gonna say Austria, Sweden, Spain, Ireland. Right, Emily, tell us what's the correct answer.
Well, I'm going for England, Italy, Austria, Sweden, Spain, Ireland.
England, Italy, Austria, Spain,
Sweden, then Spain, then Ireland.
Ireland. I feel bad for Spain because they have played foam for a while, although it is slightly different rules. So I'm kind of surprised that we've all not picked them to do particularly well.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, so apparently dodgeball, which is their version of dodgeball. I know I've said that essentially the same way, but I can't speak proper Spanish. But they don't like it's spelled DATCH, but they are very literally phonetic, so it would be Dutch ball, but in a Spanish accent. So it would sound like dodgeball. If I was to phonetically spell dodgeball in Spanish, that's probably how I spell it, to be honest. So, yeah. But I don't know how to pronounce it. So, yeah, they do a foam version of dodgeball over there, but it's not the same rules. So they are more used to throwing it, but I don't know if they're used to the play format of this. So we'll see. Because I think they could give Sweden a run. Maybe even Austria. I've not seen because Austria didn't enter a women's team to Worlds. Did they?
No, they did. Yep.
Oh. I did not see them
I'm
play.
pretty sure. I doubt myself, but
haven't a Scooby.
No.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Don't worry, Emily. Nick does that to people all the time. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You are probably right.
You probably are probably right. I only remember watching their men's. I don't remember ever seeing their women's. So in foam. So
that must be the first time you've ever done it that way around. By the way.
Well, it was an England Austria men's foam game, and it was quite good
And
to
then
watch.
me and Nick sat there having a great time.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I do remember the text. Yeah.
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 Chatting absolute shit.
And this was the day before I got very drunk. watching the mixed foam. Wow, that was fun.
Now he just gets drunk on a Monday.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was wandering. Calm down. It was just
That's what I should be saying to you.
M's reaction of on a school night.
Oh, that was incredible.
I was like, yeah, fair.
Oh, it was so funny.
Anyway,
Anyway,
right.
Nobody listening's gonna understand any of this, so apologies.
In jokes. Wait, that's against the code of conduct for commentators. Right. So semi-finals. 1v4 for you guys is England Sweden for Emily.
Yep.
Who you got?
It will be England.
England into the finals. I have Italy, Sweden. I would put Italy into the finals. And then you also have Italy, Sweden. Colm? Italy. Wow, we are so original. Then that leaves Italy, Austria for Emily.
Which I'll take Italy.
Okay, and then we have England, Austria. Colm.
England.
In a shocking result, we've put the first and second seed into the final. So we all have a England-Italy final. I'm going to be bold and just go for my first seed and say Italy win the whole thing.
I'm going for England. Because as I said earlier, I only have bias in one of these ball types, and
Yes,
it's clearly
you do.
foe.
Yes, you do.
I will go for Italy. Believe it or not, it's a shock horror result.
Shock horror. Da, 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 da. Right. We go on to the final bit of dodgeball. We'll talk about mixed foam. For audio listeners, this is a solo group of Ireland, Italy, Austria, Sweden, England, Spain, and Wales.
Oh God, we have to order this.
Yeah, 1 to 7. Let's go. Emily, can you help us out?
Right, I'm going to go England, Italy, Austria, Spain, Ireland, Wales.
You definitely left somebody out there.
Yeah, you did leave someone out
No.
there. So you got England, Italy, Austria, Spain. Yeah, I think you meant Sweden.
Sweden before Spain.
Yeah.
Sweden before Spain. There we go.
Spain, and then Ireland.
Yeah.
I was like, you'd be so rogue if you came out with Sweden last there.
Why have I've still got 6. England, Italy, Austria. Oh, where's Wales?
Yeah.
Wales were last.
So Wales is that
Okay.
little country off the left of England.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm mostly basing the Wales on just the fact they've only got win for their mixed foam teams. I think with this many games, that's going to potentially.
In mixed foam, are they doing it like BD style, or is it 3 and 3?
No, it's 3 and
It's
3.
3 and 3. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
a lot of
going to be
games.
it's a lot of games for 4 people. When one
Do
of
you
the
reckon
people goes
Ireland's
to a
going to
mixed
be?
lot.
Do you reckon Ireland's going to be any better?
I feel like they've got more subs.
I think they do, if memory serves. I might be wrong about that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to
I love
go
that.
England. Making this up as we go along. Austria, Sweden, Italy. No, Spain, Italy, Ireland, Wales.
God, you big up the Italy experience and then
Actually,
go for them
I'll
to be.
put Wales above Ireland. Well, I've
Don't
was
let
it?
me. Don't let me influence you, Nick.
Well, yeah. Because Emily, was it you that was saying that there's people moving around between cloth and
Yeah, so
foam?
it's Italy don't have a lot. I think they have one player that played at Worlds, but they do have people that have played foam for them before. They've got a lot of their women's players are now just playing mixed foam instead of women's foam. And then there's quite a lot of new players coming through, but they do play foam in Italy. So I'm like, it's not like when we take a brand new player and make them play foam.
Yeah.
Like, at least they've got some degree of background of playing foam in Italy.
Yeah. Because if I'm not mistaken, it is Dodgeball Italy representing Italy at
Yes,
Euros
they are now
foam.
one federation, I believe. They're in the process of
Okay.
mushing together.
I heard there
no,
was
yeah,
negotiations.
yeah.
I heard there was
Yeah.
negotiations. I hadn't heard that they'd come to any positive conclusion yet. I thought it was still in
No,
the
but I
works.
believe that it's because Euros have only dealt with Dodgeball Italy previously.
AIDB,
because foam-
not Dodgeball Italy.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Whichever the cloth one is, yeah, because
Yeah.
we've always done cloth, so now I think that they've just said we're going to deal with the cloth people because that's what we've always done.
Okay. Because I know, because there was a whole thing about Dodgeball Italy and AIDB were separate.
Yeah.
And Dodgeball Italy were foam. AIDB were cloth. AIDB were recognised by EDF. Dodgeball Italy were not. But Dodgeball Italy were recognised by WDBF before we were recognised. When I say we, EDF was recognised by WDBF because we were with WDA. And then we went over to WDBF, which meant that AIDB got recognised through EDF to WDBF, which meant that Italy had two federations that were formally recognised by WDBF. Anyhow, so I think that still left Dodgeball Italy outside of EDF, but I wonder if they fixed that and they've either incorporated Dodgeball Italy into AIDB or into EDF. Lots of acronyms there, but yeah, you can go look up the fancy words for what it is.
Yeah.
I don't do Italian, I'm afraid.
All I know is that they have a brand new Instagram page for both of them.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
Shows you how much I've been paying attention to Instagram.
Yeah.
Go me.
Dodgeball.italia. Welcome to the new and only official page for everything Italian dodgeball, both cloth and foam.
Ooh. I feel like I've seen those pages before and they've just been totally not true, but we'll see. Have they released the
I mean, that's where the team sheet came from, so that's where the team announcement came
from. And which logo have they chosen? Dodgeball Italy or AIDB or a new one?
It's a new one.
Ooh. Does this mean new kit?
I don't know.
New Italy
They
kit?
haven't posted any they haven't posted any kit pictures.
You're on mute, Colm.
Right, let's not talk about
it. But you still need to make your prediction.
I'm gonna go back on mute, and you can just make it up as you go along. No, so let's go. England, Italy, Austria, Sweden, Spain, Ireland, Wales.
Nice. Quarterfinals.
I hope that was all of them.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did good. Quarterfinals. Colm, you and I have England versus. No, we don't. You have England versus Sweden. I have England versus Spain, and you also have England versus Sweden. I'm gonna put England into the final.
Me too.
Same.
Good individual thinking. And then you guys have Italy versus Austria. I have Austria versus Sweden.
I'm gonna go for Italy. I'm just gonna have an England-Italy final for everything.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna put Sweden in. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say
Trying to be cool.
the third seed's gonna get into the final, but I'm still gonna have England win it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Italy.
Oh, you bad boy. Um,
Stop
Stop
it.
it.
You can't flirt with me on air. God.
Cool. So that means that our predicted winners for foam are all of us have England winning the men's foam. Emily, you have England winning the
triple.
So you've also got winning the women's. Colm and I have Italy winning the women's. And then Emily and I have England winning the mixed. And Colm has Italy winning the mixed. Ta-da! Which means your total overall winners will be one medal. If Emily's right, you've got Austria doing the triple and England doing the triple. That's very easy to say.
She has her favourites.
Yep. I've got one men's medal for Northern Ireland, 2 medals for England in the foam with cloth in the women's and mixed, and then also a gold medal in the men's and mixed category for foam. Italy for the women's in foam, and Colm, you have NI for the men's, Austria for the women's, Austria for the mixed, for cloth, and then you got England, Italy, Italy.
There's another thumbs up for you, mate.
And we're back. So if that was a seamless cut, that was a seamless cut. If it wasn't, oh well. I hope you enjoyed listening to the podcast. Please do not have a go at us for our predictions. We were just bringing ourselves back.
Vibes only.
Vibes only.
Vibes only.
That's what dodgeball's about. We're all about having a good time. I hope you enjoy Euros, however you're watching, whether in person or via stream. And yeah, hope it's a good one. Any other final thoughts, closing remarks?
No, just enjoy yourselves.
Yeah,
Play some good dodgeball.
Stay hydrated because it could be hot. It could also be very not hot. Who knows with the weather at the moment?
Yeah. Make the games exciting for people at home.
Please.
Yeah, Scotland, please play well for Emily.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun one. Yeah. Until next time, and see you in Limerick if you'll be there.
Bye.